Yo, what's up guys? We have chapter 81 of Mayonaka Heart Tune, and yeah, let's just hop straight into it. So, we are off of the promotional exam arc with Nene and Shinobu, and we are now with Rika and Iko. We just are cutting back to them doing the song, right? Basically, Iko just wanted to make a song, and she asked Rika for help. And who is this song for specifically? Well, she says it's for her, her VTubing little thing, right? But she's making a love song for Yamabuki. And Rika kind of knows this, like she knew it going into it, but she still decided to help her. And yeah, we're basically just cutting back to that sequence of events that happened. So what we're getting here is Rika has finished the demo for Iko's song, right? She's finished the instrumental for the song and she's presenting it to Iko. We get a little bit of Iko's kind of personality quirks, it's either you love it or you hate it type of thing. But yeah, Iko's just kind of asking and questioning Rika about her little falling out with, man, I forgot her name, but that other artist that, Rika was kind of fighting with. Basically, Rika and the other girl just kind of take different approaches to the whole music industry and the way that they approach working with other people, and that's kind of where their, beef started. But yeah, nonetheless, Iko was surprised that she managed to get it done, and yeah, that's kind of about it. So what happens next is Iko decides to listen to the song, right? But she wants to listen it with Rika, so they both have it like one ear pod in, and yeah, Rika's not afraid, she's not embarrassed or anything, which is good to see, right? She's confident in her work, she's confident in herself and her abilities, and yeah, they start to play the song. And as we get from the visuals here, the song is pretty good. It's like the one thing that I wish we had in manga, right, is audio. But unfortunately we don't. Maybe, that's a super long shot, maybe the manga or maybe this part of the anime will get adapted, but this is just so far into the story that we have to have a few seasons, right? But essentially this song brings Iko to tears, right? It's so good, and she's saying it's exactly how she envisioned it, it's exactly what she wanted, and she's just super grateful for Rika. But then reality strikes, right? Rika's like, oh, well, since I'm done recording the instrumental, it's your turn to record, right? And this is where Iko, kind of loses composure. Especially for someone who hasn't made any music, recording and singing can be a little daunting of a task, right? It can feel kind of embarrassing because you want to make it good, so you want to put your effort into it and then put passion behind what you're saying. So yeah, Iko's just a little scared right now, but fret not, she doesn't need to come up with like melody structures and all that stuff. Rika's already done it, she just needs to put her voice into it, right? The lyrics are done, everything's done, she just needs to do it. But yeah, it's still scary, and Iko is not having it. She has to zip up her hoodie. Basically, she's trying to mentally prepare herself to record. And basically, Rika goes and confronts the elephant in the room, right? She's saying, do you feel awkward because the song is about Yamabuki? And Iko initially doesn't respond, and then she says yes. Because the song is about someone that she cares about, someone that she's in love with, right? It's kind of a love song. Of course she's scared. But yeah, enough of this. This is supposed to be a bonding moment between Iko and Rika, right? Like, the thing is that they're still rivals, right? They're love rivals, but they're not against helping each other out. Their friendship comes before Yamabuki. In this case, it's it's sisters before misters, right? So that was bad, holy. But yeah, we just basically get a little bonding moment between the two of them, just solidifying the fact that they're friends first and foremost. I do like the interactions that they're having right now because it is kind of showing the mentality of each of the girls, right? Because they all have their different quirks and different ways of showing affection towards Yamabuki. But in the end, they don't want to harm everyone else's success, right? They don't want to harm each other's chances. The only exception right now is Shinobu. Like, she is wildin', right? It just depends on what happens with her. It just really what it comes down to for her is what happens during the trip, because she's the one scheduling the trip, right? She's scheduling each of the groups. So if she puts them all in different groups and only her with Yamabuki, dude, it's cooked. But if that doesn't happen, I think all of the girls kind of mutually understand that they're not trying to get in each other's way, and they want to keep it as fair as possible, which is a very good, thing for the series. And yeah, we get confirmation of Rika's mentality here, just of her saying that there's a lot of things going through her mind about the whole situation that they're in, but if she turned down Iko's request to, make a song for, even if it's a love song for Yamabuki, she couldn't sit with it well, right? She doesn't think that it would be right, or she doesn't want to be that type of person, because she doesn't think that Yamabuki wants that kind of person in his life. And after she's done talking, Rika's like, oh, well, we'll just find a place where we can kind of practice recording, maybe like a karaoke booth, because it's like soundproof. And then out of nowhere, Iko starts singing parts of the song. I'll put it up on screen, but yeah, the lyrics are very, very directed. What she's saying is, I've kept this feeling a secret all this time. I didn't realize it back then, but that was probably when I fell in love with you. Ever since that broadcast where you saved my false self. Well, what do we have here? Do we have the promise girl? Is Iko the one? Is Iko Apollo? The broadcast in this sense could, it could really only mean two things, potentially, right? Because if this is a translation error, then it could just mean the broadcast where Yamabuki just like ran into the club room to ask, right? But more importantly and more likely, this is the Apollo broadcast, unless Yamabuki did some other weird thing later in the story, or that like things that we haven't seen or talked about in the story yet. But yeah, I'll talk about this a little later. But essentially, a few days go by and Iko's finished recording the song, right? And they're ready to release the song, basically. All they need now is just a video to it. But the thing is that Iko is now embarrassed, right? She doesn't want Yamabuki to be in the room while the song is playing. She just told him to listen to it by himself, and that's kind of that. But before the song gets released, before they play it, Iko and Rika have another conversation, and it's about the school trip, right? Rika's asking if Iko also wanted to see the night views with Yamabuki, because they got interrupted. But basically they're just conversing about the whole school trip and how all the plans kind of fell through. But yeah, this is just kind of also showing that Iko is interested in doing the night view stuff with Yamabuki as well. She's a love interest in the story, basically. Soon after they're talking, the video's ready to be played, ready to be released. Rika goes and asks Iko, right? Wasn't the title called My Secret? In asking if she changed it or not, right? Because she changed the title, basically. And she's saying that her new alternative title is better. And this title is It's All Your Fault. And that's where we end off the chapter. So what am I getting from this? A lot of things. Iko, in my eyes, is probably Apollo. Is this going to be a Nisekoi type situation where the promised girl does not win? Hopefully not, but you can never be sure, right? Since it was introduced so early and no girl has really been favored, I'm kind of leaning towards either this being a translation error, or it's just not, whoever is Apollo isn't really going to be too important, other than just like a character developing moment for Yamabuki, right? If he figures out that Iko was Apollo, he'll probably, I don't know what he'll do, we're just too early in the story to tell what's really going to happen, but that's kind of the fun of it. Personally, I would like to see this type of story, because like usually what happens is, the main protagonist never gets together with any of the girls until like the very end, but it could be a cool, switch up if he ends up getting with Iko for a little bit of the story and things just don't work out and then he grows as a character. But if not, because like right now I don't really see any way that Yamabuki can really develop as a character, because his character design is just so like, it's so two-dimensional, and the only way, like the only things that we've seen change in his personality are really whenever he breaks character, and that's just, he gets kind of embarrassed or flustered. But other than that, we really don't see much difference in his character, or really anything develop in his character. So maybe this could be a good way. What I'm hoping that does not happen here is, just as Iko changed the title, she changed some of the lyrics, right? Because then it would be a whole different type of thing, where now we as readers see that she is Apollo, but she's not telling Yamabuki just yet. With this, I'm not too sure how Rika feels, because they all know kind of about Apollo, right? Or the existence of a figure named Apollo, and that they were a broadcasting thing, because he was pressing them at the beginning of the series about which one of them was Apollo, because they all sound similar. But yeah, Rika doesn't really look like she had too much of a reaction. I mean, it was really just saying I'm sorry, Yamabuki, that I heard this before you. I heard of Iko's real, true self, true feelings. But maybe this signifies that Rika knows who Apollo is. I don't know. It's so early in the series to tell. We're only 80 chapters in, and yeah, I mean, really not much else to say about that. Sorry that the chapter has been delayed a little bit. I was working on something else, working on like some stupid little video. But yeah, that's really it for now, and I'll see y'all.
I run away into the world with you.